Amidst many rapid changes taking place, the healthcare needs of our populace have also been changing. The demand for additional and specific types of nutrition has assumed critical importance.
It's not the nutritional requirements that have changed. What has changed is lifestyles. Now we find that everyone is going in for fast foods. Now if they are on the increase, naturally the diet suffers.
In women across their lifespan, from menarche to menopause, in men prone to chronic diseases, and in children caught in the throes of severe malnourishment, specifically designed soya foods go a long way in addressing individual nutritive needs.
Soya has varied applications in varied kinds of degenerative diseases, particularly in the case of diabetes, in the case of heart problem, in cancer, in osteoporosis of the women after menopause, and also of the elderly people. Because of its high calcium content, it can really help bone demineralization to a great extent.
The life expectancy of both men and women in India has increased now, so they are now going to face a lot of chronic disorders. So, and along with the stress which is occurring in the present century, the diet has been neglected to a greater extent.
We are using extensively soya protein for pregnant women to give them the extra protein which they need during pregnancy for their own body and for baby's requirement.
5 millennia of extensive usage have established soya as one of the best nutritional supplements the world over. Although in South Asia, the consumption of soya is still very low, despite its life-giving qualities.
The Chinese have started somewhere around 3000 BC only, and soya came into a great demand in Europe around 17th century, and US started accepting it in 19th century. But in India, we do not have specific records to say when soya has become very popular.
Soya is rich in nutrients, providing an excellent source of vegetable protein, with only minimal saturated fat. Studies indicate that all forms of soya are rich in protein. Isolated soya protein is especially so, as it contains 90% of protein isolate, when compared to other forms which include concentrate containing 70%, flour, defatted soy flour, nuggets, and granules containing 50%, pashtik atta containing 16%, tofu 11%, and soy milk containing 4% of protein. Isolated soy protein is easily digestible, lactose-free and non-allergic, in distinct contrast to milk or groundnut protein.
Quality of protein which soya provides is supposed to be very closely resembling almost the animal proteins, and animal proteins are certainly class 1 proteins. So it's a very rich source of good quality protein.
The WHO FAO concept of protein quality evaluation, protein digestibility corrected amino acid score, assigns a value of 1 to isolated soya protein. Soya therefore compares well to the other traditionally recognized protein merits of milk, eggs and meat. Soya is a powerhouse of nutrition and the only plant food that has all the 9 essential amino acids the body requires, with no cholesterol or saturated fat of animal protein. Soya contains several vitamins, minerals and isoflavones for various health benefits. It is a proven fact now that daily intake of at least 25 grams of soya and 30 to 50 milligrams of isoflavones remarkably improves and safeguards health. Soya contains isoflavones like genistein and diazein. Studies indicate that these components of soya help prevent breast cancer and other estrogen-related cancers. It offers substitute to HRT and also reduces risk for cardiovascular complication. Saponins in soya prevent cancer. They show antiviral benefits. They slacken the onset and process of colon cancer, and moreover lower cholesterol, thereby proving to be cardioprotective. A large body of research indicates that phytosterols prevents heart disease and colon cancer. Soya phytates in soya enhance anti-cancer immunity by preventing iron excess oxidative states, thereby inhibiting occurrence of various types of cancers. Additionally, they reduce loss of calcium, proving to be beneficial in prevention of osteoporosis. In countries the world over, soya is found to be strongly and significantly associated with reduction in rate of cardiovascular disease, onset of various cancers, decrease in the rates of menopausal symptoms, and is considered to be useful in the preclusion of hormone replacement therapy. The US Food and Drug Administration therefore approves and recommends consuming 25 grams of soya protein a day to reduce the risk of cardiovascular diseases. Diabetes is rapidly emerging as a significant health challenge in this millennium. Recent estimates point close to 140 million diabetics world over, with the incidence slated to double in the next 25 years. India leads the world in sheer numbers. Estimates are that 1 in every 5 diabetics world over is an Indian. If these projections are not ominous enough, the cause for serious concern in India are many. India has and will continue to have among the highest number of undiagnosed diabetics worldwide. Soya shows remarkable benefits in controlling diabetes. Evidence point out that low glycemic index improves glycemic control. High fiber content also helps lower plasma glycemic levels, and lowering of cholesterol helps reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease in diabetics. Soya checks progression of diabetes-related renal complications by providing ample protection to the kidneys from undergoing further damage by lowering LDL cholesterol levels. Substitution of soya in the diet of diabetic patients results in less hyperfiltration and glomerular hypertension with consequent protection from diabetic nephropathy. The benefits of soya are more vigorously recognized in the Western world, in women with premenstrual syndrome and those at the menopausal phase. Studies indicate that the isoflavone component in soya acts as physiological estrogen. These decrease hormonal fluctuations and improves the symptoms of premenstrual syndrome, and thereby ensures better quality of life. Across metros and also in rural centers, studies indicate that 1 in every 58 women in India suffer from breast cancer. Diet has an important role to play here. Soya is found to be equally beneficial in men in preventing prostate cancer. Soya is also found to be beneficial in lowering cholesterol and improving bone formation and reducing bone loss. Soya acts as a unique source of nutrition for the undernourished and those suffering from protein energy malnutrition. Severe protein energy malnutrition is far too common in third countries. The reasons are not too far to seek. 36% of the people are below the poverty line. 21% of the people are undernourished. 33% of the children are born with low birth weight, and on an average, 52% children have moderate to severe stunted growth. Moreover, distinct improvement in cognitive function is seen in children fed on soya as a food supplement. Therefore, whether it be adolescent girls needing retention of calcium for good bone development, working women needing wholesome protein in a predominantly vegetarian setting, convalescing women needing proteins for tissue repair, wound healing and strengthening immune system, pregnant and lactating women having their own special nutritional needs. Elderly women, fighting against debilitating diseases. Men, resisting prostate cancer, osteoporosis, or cholesterol-induced cardiovascular disorders, or even in children suffering from protein energy malnutrition. The inclusion of soya in diet provides significant nutritional and health benefits, benefits that last a lifetime.